Nigerian military reacts to calls for revolution, says it's committed to civil authority. Nigerian Defense Headquarters has reacted to calls by the national chairman of the National Democratic Party (NDP), Chidi Chukwuanyi, that the nation needs a Rawlings, which was published on Sunday Tribune. It said that the utterance is insensitive, divisive, and an agitation for unpopular insurrection, which the Nigerian military will not take lightly. In a statement issued and made available to journalists in Abuja by Major General John Enenche, coordinator of Media Defense Headquarters, it reminded Nigerians that armed forces swore an oath of allegiance to the President and Commander-in-Chief. Hence, it will not do anything contrary. The statement said the attention of the Defense Headquarters has been drawn to a newspaper publication in the Sunday Tribune of 26th July 2020 captioned, "Nigeria needs a Rawlings now, NDP." In this publication, the national chairman of National Democratic Party (NDP), Chidi Chukwuanyi, says the state of corruption in the country calls for the replication of the Ghanaian experience under former President Jerry Rawlings in Nigeria. While the Defense Headquarters does not wish to join issues in any way, it is instructive to observe that this unguarded utterance targeted at the Nigerian military is inciting and instigative. What Chidi Chukwuanyi is calling for is a combination of unpopular acts of insurrection and mutiny, which cannot be taken for granted by the armed forces of Nigeria. Consequently, I am directed by the High Command of the Nigerian military to let the general public know and remind personnel of the armed forces of Nigeria that all force officers and men of the Nigerian military swore to an oath of allegiance to be totally loyal to the civil authority of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and protect the Constitution. It translates to unallowed loyalty to the President, Commander-in-Chief, and full subordination to the civil authorities of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That all officers and men of the armed forces of Nigeria are to continue to abide by the constitutional provision in Section 217, subsection 2C of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, to suppress insurrection and act in aid of civil authorities to restore order. Any act to the contrary is unconstitutional. That all officers and men of the Nigerian military are further reminded of offences contained in Armed Forces Act, Cap A20, the laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, which include, among others, mutiny in Section 52 and 53, which, if committed, are punishable. I am to further directed to state clearly and unequivocally that the Nigerian military is a force that is in consonance with all global based practices and cannot be misguided by any individual or group. And for the avoidance of doubt, the Army Forces of Nigeria is totally loyal to the President, Commander-in-Chief, and fully subordinated to the civil authorities of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you for listening to this news. My viewers, whether the Nigerian military react to calls for revolution or not, the truth of this is that these Nigerian soldiers, even with the oath that was taken, does it now mean that because the Nigerian army now know that these people took an oath of allegiance, so they should now be left to die at the war front without being attended to, simply because they swore an oath of allegiance? What is the Nigerian army trying to insinuate now? That these soldiers that took and tender a letter of resignation, they are trying to prove to them that they should remember that they took an oath of allegiance. Yes, they took an oath of allegiance to be obedient to the service, to be submissive to the service, to do what the service has asked them to do, which they have been doing. But then, now to the Nigerian army, they too have an oath of allegiance to pay to these soldiers. Now, on their own part, have they been keeping to their own allegiance? Have they been keeping to their own promises? Have they been keeping to their own oath? And know that some of the informations in that oath will be that the Nigerian army should be able to take care and care for these Nigerian soldiers. You understand? So whereby the Nigerian soldiers are not cared for, they are not provided for, they are left like that just because they are serving the nation. So what else do you expect? How do you expect them to feed? How do you expect them to take care of themselves? I don't know if you're understanding my gist. So all of this they are saying to me is rubbish. It's rubbish, it's babash. Let the Nigerian army call themselves to order. Let them try to trace where their problem is coming from. To me, the problem is not coming from the Nigerian army. The problem is coming from the government, from the federal government. From the federal government. The federal government should be able to reshuffle the leadership in the Nigerian army. Check those who are in power, those who are in charge of different battalions. You should checkmate them, just like an ex soldier just indicated on a television program. He said that the Nigerian army needs to be investigated because he was almost shot. He was almost shot while fighting the Boko people. He was almost shot while fighting the Boko people by his fellow soldier. Tell me, what will make a fellow soldier to shoot his own soldier, his own fellow soldier, if not that there is a foul play that is now going on in the Nigerian army? And you know that this is how soldiers die. Don't be surprised that probably the sponsor of these Boko people may have informed the northern soldiers to make sure that they kill any soldier trying to kill any Boko member while they are in war front. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So it is very, very possible. And this is how they killed the poor soldiers. You understand? So this is totally uncalled for. Don't be surprised that most of these soldiers that dies at the war front, most of them die by being killed by their own fellow soldiers. And then they will claim that they were killed by the Boko people. My viewers, what's your take on this news? Please don't hesitate to leave your comment behind. Click on the subscription button as well as bell button to get updated whenever we upload any new videos. Thank you.